It starts off with saying Priya, Han, Lynn, and Diego are all on a camping trip with their families. The first morning, Priya and Han make oatmeal for the group. The instructions for a large batch say bring 15 cups of water to a boil and then add 6 cups of oatmeal. Priya says the ratio of the cups of oats to the cups of water is 6 to 15. That's 4/10 cups of oatmeal per cup of water. Han says the ratio of the cups of water to the cups of oats is 15 to 6. That's 2.5 cups of water per cups of oats. Who is correct? Explain your reasoning. If you get stuck, consider using the table. So, of course, I'm going to use this table just in case any of you guys may be confused at home. But keep in mind that this table is called a ratio table in 6th grade. All we do is put the ratios in the table and use it to create equivalent ratios. So I'm going to start off by trying to figure out what's this missing number. Okay, so here is the first ratio, 15 cups of water to 6 cups of oats. Now for the next ratio, it's now saying that 1 cup of water, and it wants us to guess this number right here. So I have to figure out, well, what made 15 go to 1? What can I divide 15 by to make it go to 1? If you guess divide 15 divided by 15, you're absolutely correct. And with ratios, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So when I divide 15 by 15 on both sides, you should get 0.4 or 4/10 cups of oats. Okay. Now the next row of ratios, it now says 1 cup of oats, and now I have to find this number. I want to use the same method I used for the first one. I need to figure out what was 6 divided by in order to get to 1. So 6 was divided by 6. And whatever you divide 6 by 6, it gives you 1. And when you divide 15 divided by 6, it gives you 2.5 cups. So, makes you wonder, okay? So, now going back to my question, who is correct? Well, it seems like both Priya and Han are correct. So that's the first thing we're going to write. Both Priya and Han are correct. There we go. I forgot my C. Let me erase that and rewrite it again. Okay, they're both correct. Priya found the unit rate for 1 cup of water So Priya found the unit rate for 1 cup of water, while Han found the unit rate not unite, but unit for 1 cup of oats. Okay? So basically, I mean, that's what they did. What I mean by finding a unit rate for 1 cup of water, but for 1 cup of water, you need 4/10 cups of oats. And then Han found for 1 cup of oats, you need 2.5 cups of water. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, which is on the next page. Oh, not that far down, but here we go. It says the next weekend after the camping trip, Lynn and Diego each decided to cook a large batch of oatmeal to have breakfast ready for the whole week. So they're meal prepping. Lynn decides to cook 5 cups of oats. How many cups of water should she boil? Diego, on the other hand, decided to boil 10 cups of water. How many cups of oats should he add into the water? Okay, so let's try to solve this. I'm going to use red for A, and for B, I'll use blue. So Lynn wants to cook 5 cups of oats. Now, I could reference back to this ratio table and decide what ratio would work best for me. Okay, so let's look at the table. She has 5 cups of oats. Would it be better to use the 1 cup of water to 4/10 cup of oats? Or would it be better to use the ratio that says 1 cups of oats to 2.5 cups of water? If you guess to use the ratio that's saying that to 1 cup of water, 1 cup of oats to 2.5 cups of water, you are absolutely correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in ratio form. So this is 1 cup of water, or 1 cup of oats. I apologize. 1 cup of oats. Let me erase it and put it in a better spot so you guys can see. So 1 cup of oats to 2.5 cups of water. Okay, so the reason why I decided to use that because it's so easy to just multiply 5 times 1 cup of oats, and whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I got 5 cups of oats, which I could just let the 5 represent the oats, and since it's the same measurements, we could just leave it as oats being the first quantity in the ratio and the second quantity being the water. But I could do some sidebar math and multiply 2.5 or 2.5 cups of water times 5, and it should be 12.5 cups of water, but let's just try. So it's going to be 12.5 cups of water. So I will put Lynn should boil, or how many cups of water should she boil? She should boil 12.5 cups of water. Okay, so let's look at Diego. And like I said, I want to annotate in blue, so let me find my pen color so I could change it. Okay, so Diego decides about 10 cups of water. Now, the ratio that would be easier to use would be the one where it's showing that water is to 1 cup, because it's easier to multiply both sides by 10 instead of trying to figure out, well, what was this multiplied by? But you guys will see. So I'm going to put his at the bottom right here, and it's going to be 1 cup of water, which 1 for the water is representing the water, and 0.4 cups of oats. So just know that this side is representing the oats, while this side is representing the water. And I'm sorry if my notes look sloppy, it's just that I'm limited on space. So what I want to do is I want to multiply both sides by 10, because when I multiply both sides by 10, it gives me 10 cups of water. And when I multiply 4/10 by 10, it should give me 4 cups of oats. So how many cups of oats should he add? He should add 4 cups of oats. So for number 3, it says, did you use Priya's rate or Han's rate to help you answer each of the previous 2 questions, and why? So I want you guys at home to tell me, why was it easier to use whoever rate like that we use for each question? Okay, So I want you guys to tell me, why did we use it? Try to put it in your own words.